What's up everyone, and I am back with another video for you guys today. And today I just want to do another reaction video from Super Ramy when it comes to another debate, but this time when it comes to with the not only with the previous one that you guys watched with the Batman versus the 20 Gotham villains, but this time it's one Saiyan versus 20 Frieza supporters. This is gonna be really good shit. So when it comes to with that, and especially for those who love, you know, Dragon Ball parodies and all that, especially when it comes to if you're an anime fan, if you're a Dragon Ball fan specifically, this video is for you guys too. So without further ado, when it comes to with that, I'm not gonna just, you know, discuss more about this video too. You guys can see on the screen too. When it comes to with that, shout out to Super Ramy for really creating this video, and it's really funny too. So I haven't seen this one, but I wanted to see this one too. So without further ado, you know, when it comes to with this video, let's get this party started. So let's go.
I am Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and today I'm surrounded by 20 Frieza supporters.
No, not Frieza supporters.
My first claim is simple. There's no excuse. Serving Frieza makes you evil automatically.
That's a fact. I mean, that is a fact. Frieza is an evil piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, especially when I first saw him too back in the day, like in the early 2000s and all that. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a space tyrant. He is definitely a space tyrant or a space colonizer. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He is crazy. Yep, automatically evil, 100%. Unless you're Broly, then that's it.
You say everyone who worked for Frieza is evil, no exception. Doesn't that make you a hypocrite?
I'm speaking from experience. I had to learn that lesson the hard way.
Oh, please. No one here benefited more from the Frieza Force than you, Vegeta. You lived off his empire for years. He favored you, treated you...
Yeah, that's true in a sense. And hopefully at the end of the video, no one gets blown up or power levels are rising and all that. So I'm just making a little kind of joke about that too. But yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, Frieza did favor Vegeta a lot, and especially when it comes to with, you know, him the most. So it's kind of like a son figure sort of way too. I don't know, it's kind of twisted. But anyways, let's go.
like his golden boy, and you use that to boss everyone around, even us. You are as bad as Frieza, maybe even worse. And now, you come here acting like we are the villains? Vegeta, between all of us here combined, our body count is still probably smaller than yours. We are not evil, Vegeta.
Oh, the soldier is referring here to Vegeta kill countless body count, not his other body count. Body count. I ever given Vegeta's royalty status and long history of conquest, both interpretations made. Yeah, that's true. I mean, even before he's, you know, was with Frieza, his dad, King Vegeta, was a conqueror himself, and they were just like subjugating planets and just really selling for the highest bidder, you know. So I mean, those kind of Saiyans too in that universe 7, I believe, they were conquerors. They were kind of similar to Frieza in a way too, but yeah, I mean, that's a good point there. That's a good point there. Yeah, no.
The universe is evil. We are just trying to find a place in it.
Telling yourself that. But the reality is that you're just cowards, terrified of change. Yes, I had a horrible past, but at least I own up to it. I don't let it define me. I move forward and try to be better every day. Instead of using my past as an excuse, use what I'm trying to be now as an example. If you really want a place in this harsh universe, the first thing you should do is stop living like a slave and leave Frieza's empire.
Oh yeah?
Ooh, Vegeta dropped some gems right there. That's a fact.
Just quit the Frieza Force and everything will magically work out. Well, guess what, Vegeta? Not everyone can just leave and go bang a billionaire.
Don't you dare talk about my wife.
Live free on Earth and hang out with gods like you. Gods who, by the way, other reason this universe is rigged against people like us. But sure, Prince Privileged here is gonna lecture us about good and
You
evil.
can keep throwing your sad little personal attacks at me and blame everyone but yourselves for the choices you make every day. But it doesn't change the truth. All of you are pathetic cowards. You slaughter innocent people, children, just to impress a
I'm
tyrant
not
who
trying
will
to
throw you
please
away
him,
the
I'm just
second you
trying
let
to
him.
survive.
You say you're
Talk to him,
doing it to
Vegeta, talk
save
to him.
yourself. No, you sold yourself the second you decided to be his dog.
So your claim is that you can't be in the Frieza Force without being evil? Then what about me? I'm not a fighter. I'm a doctor. I've never killed anyone.
Wait,
In fact,
what? Who
I've
is this
saved
guy?
lives. Do you still call that evil?
Everyone who knowingly supports Frieza's rule of terror is guilty. Even the guy scrubbing the floors on Frieza's ship is choosing to surrender to evil instead of
I'm a doctor.
resisting it.
Saving lives is evil to you?
If the lives you're saving belong to
This is gonna
genocidal
be a good
monsters
one.
who will
Oh,
go
man.
out tomorrow and burn innocent planet to ash, then yes, that's very evil.
I don't only treat fighters. I treat all kinds of workers, even their families. Sometimes I even save survivors from the planets we raid. I've seen children, refugees.
Pause that for a minute. While Frieza's forces did at times preserve a number of survivors following planetary conquests, this practice was rarely motivated by humanitarian concern instead, such as individuals were commonly retained for forced labor, scientific experimentation, or resale of the intergalactic market. In effect, survivors were saved only for their suffering could be extended in a more organized environment. So they're basically just, with Frieza's forces just subjugating their planet and then just using them for like labor and all that. Bro, that's beyond evil. Bro. It doesn't make any excuse for like what Frieza's doing when it comes to just subjugating planets for the highest bidder in a galactic market. And just when it comes to him just doing that kind of shit too, that's kind of... You're a doctor, but still that doesn't make it right what Frieza's doing. If you fully support his cause, then that makes you kind of evil as him. Or even worse, because you are excusing it. This is my opinion, of course. That's a really good fact. Oh, that's a crazy fact right there too. But yeah, that's crazy. And especially like with Frieza too, like if there's survivors, they'll just use them as for their own gain, then they kind of dispose them too. Kind of like with Bardock's team, if you guys seen the movie. And when it comes to Frieza just using like the Saiyans as like, labor for their like missions and all that, then once their usefulness is out, then they'll kind of dispose of them. That's kind of really evil. And it kind of really explains a lot of stuff too, which I'm not gonna, talk about because this is all about Dragon Ball universe, not actual real life stuff. But when it comes to with this fact, I mean, that's some crazy shit. It says a lot. I'll tell you that.
People who wouldn't have made it without me.
Frieza, helping survivors of his own massacres. You expect me to swallow that?
I lived it. Look, I know Frieza isn't perfect, but in this universe, you're either with him or against him. I chose to stand with him while trying to do as little harm as
Then
possible.
you're no better
I
than
even
him,
managed
dude.
to do good.
Pathetic. That mindset, be a victim or be a servant, is the lie you've swallowed whole. That's not survival. It's surrender. You could have chosen to fight, chosen to scrape out a life on your own terms. A life outside the Empire may be harsh.
A life outside
But anyone
the
with
Empire.
even a shred of self...
Vegeta, you
would
don't
rather
understand how
struggle.
miserable the universe is. I spent 40 years studying medicine, learning the anatomy of hundreds of species just to help people. On my third world planet, I was unemployed, ignored. I traveled across the galaxy for a single opportunity. Nothing. The only place that gave me a chance to follow my passion with the technology I needed was the Frieza Force.
Oh man, what's crazy as it sounds when it comes to from this guy? I can actually relate to that right now. Not in the ways that's like with serving like an evil tyrant, but just by being unemployed and really just, when it comes to in your field and even just trying to explore that and really just, furthering your skills, improving your skills in your education. I'm in the same boat in the wellness community aspect of it too, because even with me, it's just like, I'm a yogi, like a certified yoga instructor and, life coach in certain areas with shamanic healing and somatic healing. and other stuff too that I'm working on too when it comes to with other stuff, even with topics like relationships and all that too, and even just with like energy practices like with Reiki and all that. But still at the same time, it was just hard. It's hard for me to find like an actual like work I can do just to help people, you know, so, but it's really hard to do that. So I can understand where he's coming from this perspective too, but in a different sense because he's a doctor working for Frieza and all that. And he's studying anatomy of different species and trying to help people, but you're still working for an evil tyrant, dude. You're working for basically a space colonizer. That's just crazy. So, yeah.
And they paid me well. I'm not a slave. I'm thriving.
All you greedy bastards care about is money and comfort. You don't care whose bones get crushed beneath your paychecks as long as you're fed.
Vegeta, you can't tell us not to care about money when you've been literally sponsored all your life. You were a prince, then Frieza's prodigy, and now you're the in-law of the richest family on Earth. You're in no position to come down here and tell those of us who are struggling that we shouldn't care about it.
This is so good. That is hard to debate against. Oh shit. That is good. That is good.
Tired argument. You're rich, so you don't understand. Pathetic. Money might not have been my problem, but don't you dare tell me I've never suffered. I know what it means to be broken, to be humiliated, to have everything stripped away. And yet, I stood back up. Not because it was easy, not because I had wealth, but because I had pride. You say you heal people? Then heal yourself first. Rip out the cowardice inside you. Every soldier you mend makes Frieza stronger.
Heal yourself first. That's profound right there. Yeah, 100% Vegeta.
Every life you save fuels the Empire's slaughter. You're not saving lives. You're trading a few survivors for millions dead. My second claim is that the Frieza Empire is the reason our universe is in such a miserable state.
I mean, in the ways, I mean, it's just how Frieza is and his family too, King Cold and Cooler and all that. That's a fair point.
Hard to believe. You fought gods, demons, creatures that could erase existence itself. And you're really saying that Frieza is worse than all of them?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Those cosmic threats came and went, but none of them chained entire generations in fear the way Frieza did. Frieza wasn't just bad for populations on a personal level. He was poison to the universe itself. He is the reason our universe is ranked so low.
If that's true, then how do you explain that our universe was ranking better during Frieza's reign?
That's just a lie.
That's facts. Even your god friend admitted that the fall of the Frieza Force lowered our universe.
Wait, what? Let me read this. Kaioshin noted that the fall of Frieza's empire reduced Universe's 7th power level, not its mortal level, but latter quality of life and development among ordinary beings and what determines a universe's... What? Official ranking? Are you serious? You can't be fucking serious with that. Excuse my language, but you can't be serious. No way. So the fall of Frieza's empire, a lot of things kind of got messed up. Wow, that's just the circle of life stuff I haven't heard of. What? Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I can't wrap my head around this, honestly. I'm gonna let him continue. That's just crazy.
Standing. What matters is that people across the galaxy say their lives was harsher and their Frieza, yes, but at least they were stable. They had structure.
Surveys did indicate that some populations felt like under Frieza's was better. What? Some populations felt like life under Frieza was better? Closer inspection revealed that most respondents define better as being alive at all. Damn. So being alive under Frieza is much better than not. That's crazy. Because I know in the Dragon Ball universe, it's like you got like, you know, angel tutors and gods of destruction, and or even deities too, that can really just, they're really chill people. But when it comes to like planet colonizer brokers like Frieza, just trying to make a profit, just really subjugating planets, and it's just so wrong and inhumane. Not inhumane, but just like crazy, just like evil itself. And just like with people want to just have a better life just being under Frieza if they survive too. Like, what? I don't know. It's probably just me saying this just because I'm a older Dragon Ball fan. Maybe I'm just getting old too. I'm not trying to downplay my intelligence or my age here too, but it's just, let this make sense. I don't know. It's just crazy to me too when it comes to with this fact check. I mean, oh man, that's just wild. That is super wild. That's crazy. So being with Frieza is better than, it's just like, better than nothing, basically. That's just wild to me too. That's crazy.
Compared to the chaos after his fall, they were better off.
Better off. Better off under a tyrant who committed genocide for amusement. The only ones who miss Frieza are the ones too afraid to imagine freedom. What they really miss is the certainty of their chains.
Vegeta, you might not know this, but the Frieza Force wasn't just a colonial military organization. It was a core part of our universe's ecosystem. Not only did it provide millions of jobs, but entire businesses were built around it. Rules were made based on its existence. Planetary economies depended
What the
on
hell
their
are you
deals
even
with
talking
Frieza.
about?
The fuck are you talking
really
about?
trying to say that Frieza was a good guy? Even Frieza
Don't
himself
ever say Frieza was a
proudly
good
admits
guy.
and brags
Lizard
that
man,
he is
the
the
hell?
embodiment
No
of
offense.
evil. Everything Frieza ever did was only to benefit himself,
Yes.
without caring about who he
Yes,
destroyed.
of course, Frieza is not a good guy and his actions are purely selfish. But while being selfish, his actions were beneficial for a lot of people, enviably more than they hurt the others. At its peak, the Frieza Force made groundbreaking technological advancements, built a universal
Such
economic
as?
system, and got rid of all competing warlords. At the very least, they gave the people one clear threat to adapt to, instead of the chaos happening like now.
Frieza didn't crush warlords. He recruited them. They were absorbed into his army and given exactly what they wanted in exchange for their loyalty at the expense of innocence.
And yet people lived,
He
they
didn't
adapted.
build economies. He exploited them.
Yep, he did exploit them. Yes, he did. He really exploited them. Especially, I'm not going to talk about Namek. That's just messed up what he did to those people. Yeah, and even the Saiyans too. And he actually destroyed Earth. What does that say? Frieza is a monster, pure and simple. He's actually on par with Darkseid. Like compared to Darkseid, Frieza, Lex Luthor, and the Joker, those four villains alone, epitome of evil, hands down. And you could add Ares there too, from the Xeno universe and the God of War and all that. So I don't know. That could be just me.
Advancements were stolen from the worlds he caught.
Frieza's empire did produce legitimate technology advancements largely through scientists recruited from conquered worlds. Yeah, he subjugated those planets and took the best minds and fighters too, just to work under him. However, recruited in this context gradually meant work for us or watch your planet explode, which proved to be surprisingly effective. Yeah, that is crazy. That's like a crazy tactic Frieza did. Work for me or your ass is your ass is gone, basically. So you work for me or your ass is grass, basically. So that's just crazy. That's some crazy shit right there.
Conquered, and only his empire benefited. I was there. I saw planets stripped of every resource until nothing was left
Under
but
Frieza,
corpses
there was at least one
and
threat to
dust.
understand.
Tell
one
me,
tyrant to
what
endure.
kind of
Now, there is nothing but chaos.
Let's be
That-
clear. Even Frieza himself would spit on the picture you're painting. He bragged about being the embodiment of evil. He never pretended to care about order or prosperity. If he heard you right now trying to make him sound like some galactic savior, he'd laugh in your face.
Yeah, he would actually laugh at it, this, lizard dude's face. He literally would. And he'll call Vegeta the M word, which is, I don't condone, like how most racist people say the N word towards my people and people with African origin around the world. Frieza would do the same when it comes to Vegeta saying the M word, and with this lizard dude right here, too, who's an employee of him. So, yeah, I mean, Frieza admitted that he's not a good guy. He's evil. And so, no.
He'd think you were making him look weak, and he doesn't tolerate weakness. Not from enemies, not from his own men. He'd kill you for it without a second thought. My final claim is that me and Kakarot defeating Frieza proves that us, Saiyans, are the strongest warriors in the universe.
The strongest in the universe. Hey, the Saiyans are really some powerful people. So that's really interesting too, even from the Dragon Ball universe perspective too, because they come back nearly from death. They could get stronger from nearly every near-death experience. They have this really kind of like strong durability when it comes to with their cells, with their DNA, their skin, and all that. And even just with that too, it's just if they can reach like the point of where they can have like divine energy, like especially when it comes to from deity level, then they're really a threat. Like if like Vegeta could really just be having God energy, or Goku, or even just with Broly. Imagine Broly as a Saiyan God. That would be really crazy. He'll be really stronger than the Hulk, Juggernaut, Hercules, Thor. What's their son's name? Mr. Fantastic's son too, basically, who could warp reality. That's just crazy. He could be on that kind of power level 2 scale. Or even Superman. He could really just be stronger than Superman. Because Superman is literally a Kryptonian god. If he's in the sun, or a certain sun too, like with the yellow sun, or the white sun, or even the blue sun, his power goes up. Like he'll literally be unstoppable. Like especially near a white sun and a yellow sun, he can nearly kill Superman. He can regenerate. He can really just do all kinds of things too. And like the only way you could take down Superman, take him to a planet that has a red sun, he'll be normal as Batman. Simple as that. And for a Saiyan too, that's, their near-death experience makes them stronger each time. So it's kind of like, they learn from their experience, and especially from a near-death experience from battle, or even just in general. That's a dangerous people right there. Just saying. You guys could totally disagree. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to let me know in the comment section, especially for those who are watching this video too. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what you care about. Everyone tells you they are struggling.
What the fuck is he wearing? What the fuck is he wearing? Bruh. What the fuck, bruh? Ain't no motherfucking way am I seeing this shit right. Ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way.
And you only care about who's stronger. We don't care.
Oh yeah,
Oh
all of
my
you
God.
sure seemed to care when you thought your leader Frieza was the strongest.
What are you talking about? I am not even in the Frieza Force. I'm just a civilian. And still, I support Frieza. You know why?
Because you're an idiot?
Because I think
You're an
you
idiot.
and your
You're an
friends
idiot.
are the worst thing that happened to this universe. You destroyed Frieza, left a giant power vacuum, and left people to struggle in pure chaos. At first, I thought that you were just too dumb to think about that. But now
Oh
that I'm
shit.
hearing you talk, you and your friends are just a bunch of egotistical bastards who don't care about anyone
I am
but
a
themselves.
warrior. My job is beating evil, not fixing the universe.
You are not even doing that right. You only cared about what you call evil when it stood in your way. The moment it wasn't hurting you, you didn't care. You never bothered to crush the remnants of his army after his death. They were unorganized, causing even more harm than he did. You didn't care about the groups that filled the gap when he left. You didn't care about the planets whose economies collapsed after him. and you call yourselves heroes.
I never called myself a hero.
Well, you're not, and you're not even a good guy. You could be helping millions of struggling people, but instead, you keep chasing power to feed your own ego.
That's a good point there. But still, it's like, that's a tough one to debate against. For any Dragon Ball fans out there who are watching this too, feel free to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about what he said too. Because with me personally, I'm going to have to sit with this for a minute too, just to, let it marinate. But yeah. Whew.
How is that not evil?
I do whatever I want. I don't owe you anything. We can't help everyone.
You literally can. Your wife keeps the strongest wish-granting artifact in her garage, and she uses them to get boob jobs every year.
And a booty lift too. She got a BBL from the Dragon Balls. That's true. And that is pretty selfish. If like with Bulma wanted to just remain young forever, it's like, it's just like with her being really a scientist as smart as Tony Stark too, or Bruce Wayne. And yes, I'm comparing Bulma to, in a mindset kind of scientific way, like Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark. It's just like with her, she can really just like find ways to really just, to maintain her health, and especially in the Dragon Ball universe. But I know I'm kind of overthinking it because it's an anime kind of universe, but when it comes to with just like her getting the BBL booty lift and really trying to maintain her youth, it's just like with her, she can really just do that just by eating healthy and practicing martial arts too. Like when it comes to with that, she can really, if she wanted to, she could really put her mind to good use. And especially with Vegeta, just like with her just training, not like even training with like Krillin and with Yamcha, Tien, Master Roshi, just with her when it comes to with balanced medicine and martial arts, she can really just be a powerhouse. And especially with her scientific mind, she'll be unstoppable. She'll be like Tony Stark, hands down, or even like Bruce Wayne as well. So that's just my opinion of it too. I mean, you guys could totally disagree.
Instead of saving millions who are starving, you have the power to build your own empire and use it for good. You are friends with the literal gods of this universe. No one has more power than you to help us, but you don't. That's why people like me choose to support Frieza. Because unlike you, he actually cares about building something. And people all across the universe are waking up. And they'd rather live under a dictator who at least makes a system, even if it benefits him, than trust you and your friends who don't care at all.
Oh, man. Yo, there's gotta be a part 2 to this. There's gotta be a part 2. And I'm looking forward to a part 2 of this too. So shout out to Super Ramy when it comes to with this video. That is really good, really good stuff. And these kind of videos that I really love to watch too, in my opinion, of course, just because it's really thought-provoking and it's entertaining. And I was like, whoa, I didn't think of that too, especially from the animes that we love, or even just like, cartoons in general too, like with Batman and, or even Superman, or comic book, stories too, and universes. I would love to see a Marvel version of this too. Like when it comes to with the Avengers, the X-Men, or even just Blade, or maybe I'm just speaking, or even just with like divine like entities like Hercules and Thor and all that, or even Kratos too in video game universes as well. That would be really cool. So, but I'll probably do the video game versions on my gaming channel too. So, yeah, that's really interesting. So, if you guys want to see the original video by Super Ramy, it'll be linked in the description below. If you guys like my reaction video, feel free to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about it too. And thank you for watching. Much love to all you guys who are watching this and all that good stuff too. And I will see you guys around in these social media streets. So you guys take care and many blessings.